Okay, it's in the evening now, and I'm trying to get a little bit of work done here on the C minor Beethoven violin piano sonata. So I decided to go to the first movement to do some spot checking. The first thing I want to do is something that bugs me a little bit. It's a place where I've redistributed the hands. Well, roughly from measure 191. So let's see. This is there's a passage analogous to it in the exposition, but this is the read. Not quite. First version. There's only one that has 3/16 notes. The others, oops. So there's an extra little bit of time to prepare the hand. This set one of the reasons I like the hand redivision, because it enables me to give my right hand a break and get position. Now, taken alone, it's easy to execute, but it does require my orientation. Not quite accurate, but at least it's easy. It has a fluency. You know, you can be fluent and inaccurate. You can also be accurate, but without fluency, of course. So I need to find that F. But with a thumb. And then G. See, I'm going out of my way, at the very least, to practice the 2 beats before this passage starts, because I want the transition to be more familiar. I might even go back. Myself 2 beats before, just to be sure. F. F. G. It actually pays off. F. F. G. Now. It's really a pretty straightforward left hand part, even with the redivision, which puts thirds in the left hand. That brings up the other issue that I need to practice the transition to get out of here. Posture of the hand is different. reinforcement, because if I see that it's accurate, then whatever I feel, the tactile feedback, will remind me how it feels when it's accurate. If I'm forced to flounder around looking for that sensation or feeling for that sensation, I run the risk that I won't positively reinforce what I'm doing. But if I look, then I know. Then I might know. Well, actually, just looking made a huge difference in terms of my state of ease, sense of ease. Crazy. Difficult, but again, the shifts are subtly different enough that I need to know them better than I know them now. Like, for example, that. Last time I made a change in fingering, instead of going 5-2 up this fourth, I went to thumb. Not that the thumb is the most immediately available finger, or that it's placed over the key I want, but it creates a committed conclusion to the gesture. Forces the arm to toss the hand really into the key. Before, I discussed this in the last movement, where I had changing octaves back and forth like that by feeling where my second finger was next to this F sharp. I was able to make my hand pivot rather than feeling I had to release the keyboard entirely. That pivot really makes it easier to make that work. So. Find a much more committed gesture. I think looking is so easy. Play 16th notes. I stopped as I would have in the exposition. Yes, so. Not contorting, tricky, like a tongue twister. I don't know what the physical equivalent to a tongue twister is. certainly one of the other things I want to review, because I'll need to review it every day till the concert, is the end of the coda. But I want to go back and practice the analogous section that I just practiced now. So let's see. Stay. Such little things, look, this is hard enough for me because it's an awkward thing for my fingers. Made more inaccurate by just trying to get to it without thought. Or without it's more awkward than the other one, particularly since I redivided the recapitulation fragment. I can tell that getting used to the fluency, I can improve the accuracy just going to skip around, go into the development in D. Let's see, that's 98, 99 or so. No, that's not even right. Why didn't you stop me? Because the pattern is the same, it goes up. Scary part, the end. That's a perfect example of a simple solution. I need to have that D. I either need a lot of time to say, okay, do I have D? Well, there it is. I know I can feel it, but why would I take that chance? Fingering 4-2, I don't think. It just makes me nervous. I think all I need is a choreography for each 4-note that moves me into the thumb. And then I know why I am. Well, there is a reason. is if I can find a simple gesture that will very quickly get me light, even, easy 16th notes, why can't I do it several times in a row? It's the premise behind tongue twisters too, that you may be able to say something quickly, but then there's an inconsistency to what you think of as your consistency. Or your mind and your body start to be placed at war with one another. So you have to have enough awareness, but not too much. So, well, often what I'll do is regroup if it's thumb going to third rather than third going to thumb, and here, and here, and here. I might put let's see. Or better yet, this editor just says 3/4. I don't know what he means after that. Well, the one thing I liked about the fingering that I erased is that it breaks the pattern. Well, maybe 4/2 with more of a separation between the two fingers would make all the difference. Okay, that worked for 3 measures, or 2 measures. Now this time it worked for 1 measure. It's wicked. You might think, oh, and some of you might just say, oh, I never have problems with that. Right now, I'm just going to go on. If I can. Getting really crazy now. Well, I'll tell you what I'm doing, which is intriguing at the very least. After the first beat, where I go 2, 3, 1, I'm going 4, 2, 3, 1. So. You know what? It shows a lot of promise. So I'm going to 4, 2, 3, 1. At least show that I'm considering it. That's the best I've done. Oh, and I got nervous. noticed that already, but this does show a certain promise. It's sort of a serendipitous discovery, trying out different combinations. It's the changing of fingers rather than getting stuck in the same 4-2-3-1. Doesn't have that fourth sound like the B is in the broken octaves. Okay, this for review every day. Intriguing stuff. I must admit I'm happy with this discovery. You'll notice that just being casual about it, it's hugely better, but also because that fingering really does relax my hand. It moves me from position to position rather than running the risk that I get fixed in one position. So, that's the Beethoven. I'm going to when I have more time tomorrow after rehearsal, I have an early morning rehearsal, I'll come back to it. But that's what I want to accomplish with Beethoven today.